The Changing Room is a short horror film. Much of the action takes place in a seemingly benign, white-walled fitting room with two large mirrors that face each other on opposite walls. The placement of the mirrors across from each other results in an optical illusion. A person sees a series of ever smaller mirrors resembling framed windows that recede into darkness. In the receding windows, one sees repeated, alternating reflections of one's front and back images. Although not physically possible, in this film, we, and the person, also perceive the illusion that someone or something can move out of the mirror's depths, from one framed window into the next, but also from the room into the mirror. A clothing shop. A young white woman with long blonde hair selects some clothing from a rack. She looks around. On the wall is a sign pointing to the changing room. Near it are 3 painted decorative skulls. Following the sign, she approaches a door. She peeks behind the door. Stairs lead up into darkness. She glances behind her, then continues past the sign that reads, "Caution, this area closed off." A plain dressing room with mirrors on 2 opposite walls. The door opens slightly. The young woman slips inside and locks the door. She notices the infinite reflections of herself created by the opposing mirrors. She smiles slightly and waves one arm and observes an endless line of arms that recede into the dark distance. She turns away and prepares to undress. A mirror ripples unnoticed. She kicks a pair of boots out of the way, places the clothes on a bench, then removes her jacket and shoes. Startled by a sound, she looks up at the ceiling, where an inch of something dark like rope now appears through a gap between 2 panels. She observes it, then turns back to her clothing and picks up a dress. Deep in the reflected frames hangs the body of a man, his head obscured. She turns to look in the mirror behind her. Before she turns back, the body drops out of sight. She stares into the mirror as the end of a rope slithers through a frame. In that frame, the man reappears. In jerking, abrupt movements, he climbs through the frames toward the woman. Around his neck is a hangman's noose. She runs to the door but cannot open it.
Someone open the door! Please, someone open the door, please!
Outside in the stairway, there is no one.
Please, please, open the door! Please!
The hanged man continues to crawl through the frames toward the door. The woman flees to the corner next to the mirror and makes herself small on the floor. She looks to her left at the space in front of the mirror. She gets out her phone. Using the camera, she presses record and holds it up to the side to see into the mirror. The camera reveals nothing but the room. Nearly in tears, she slowly turns the phone to show the corner where she sits. A rope hangs next to her. A gray, rotting hand drops next to her head. The empty room. Deep inside the mirror, the bottom half of the woman's body drops and hangs from above. Her legs flail vigorously. They slow and stop. Her lifeless body swings from the rope. Written, directed, edited, and VFX by Sam Evanson. Produced by Jamie Stevens. Starring Jamie Taylor Balesta. Featuring Alan Maxon. Director of Photography Drew Gardella. Original score by Aaron Drake. Based on a concept by Jeff Speciale.